So hi, if you don't know already, I'm Chloe. So I'm going to share a bit of my story that led me to making a documentary on body confidence. So when I was 16 years old, I didn't like my body and I became obsessed with how it looked, and I began comparing myself a lot to others. And I would also restrict myself from eating certain foods, and that would lead me to binging. So we can say that I had a pretty bad relationship with my body, and I started to wonder if other women felt the same way I did. So during my vacation time with my parents, I would travel to different countries and I would ask women to answer some questions in a vox pop. So I would ask them 4 questions. The first one would be, what do you think makes you beautiful? What do you think makes a woman beautiful? If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? And how do you think the representation of women in the media affects the way we see ourselves? So I asked them these questions because I wanted to see if their answers would be about a physical aspect or a personality aspect of themselves. So later I decided to make a short documentary out of these vox pop, and I also decided that I would interview more people on the subjects of eating disorder, diet culture, and what people are doing right now to include more body types in their campaigns. So I met with Sophie Trudeau, who had an eating disorder when she was younger. I met with a non-diet dietitian and we discussed intuitive eating and the harmful effect of dieting. I also met with a body image therapist. I went to a body positive dance class in New York City. I attended a photo shoot that focused on petite women. I interviewed a body positive brand in Montreal, and I went to the National Eating Disorder Association in New York City. I also met a bodybuilder that Caroline introduced me to, and we talked about training and body dysmorphia in the industry. And I met with a modeling agency where I interviewed them about how the industry is changing at the moment. So by making this documentary, I want to help young girls feel confident in their body and understand that they're beautiful and worthy of respect no matter what they look like. And I also believe I've grown in the process of this documentary because now I have a better relationship with food and with my body, and I realized that what I had to change wasn't my body but my mindset about my body and what I ate. So I'm now in the editing process of the documentary. As you might see in my background right here, I'm kind of organizing my thoughts and how I want to edit the documentary.